Hey guys, it's Kyle from Regrettable Props, and today we are doing the torso section of the Republic Commando armor tutorial builds. Your template links are going to be found in the description as well as the materials used. And once you've scaled it to your size, you're going to want to print it out, trace it onto your foam. I'm using 5mm floor mat foam. You can use 10mm, that's perfectly acceptable too. So once you have everything cut out, this is what it's going to look like for all the pieces that you have. Yours might seem a little bit different than mine because of how I broke my template up to make it easier for printing and scaling these pieces onto my pieces of foam. You guys can put it to however amount you want. So what we're going to do next is glue these darts together, the ones I'm currently showing you on screen, these black and blue foam sections. And then once you guys have that done, this is what it's going to look like. And to be honest, this is my least favorite armor section of these files. If you look at the in-game character reference, there's a lot of details that are missing or just don't exactly match up, and I haven't made my own template version of this to make a better alternative. However, you guys can go further, look at the image that's provided in the description as a reference image if you guys need to make any adjustments yourself. And the piece you currently see on screen is the only piece that's going to have any 45-degree cuts done on it. Cuts are going to be on the inward section where you'd be gluing it together, and on the back we're going to do a little wedge of foam being cut out, so like a V cut to remove some material foam. That way we get a corner of the front edge of the piece so it matches up with the template. If you want, you could just cut this piece off and do 245 degrees on the front section. I did it on the back so there's no seam, but that's personally up to you guys for your choice on how you want to build it. Afterwards, we're going to glue these back pieces together. Follow your PDO file on how to assemble those pieces. My video section of that part cut out, and I had a corrupt file on recording that section. However, the rest I glue together off screen. We glue those pieces where we had the 45-degree cuts on the side to that back assembly piece, and then the front like crotch protector part is being glued the edge on top of the blue part. If you can see how so on screen, you'll have understanding of how it's supposed to be. This long piece on the very back is glued right behind the crotch big piece, and it's just line up where you had the flip part in the middle for your other side. Now there's no actual abdominal part, so I just took a big piece of foam. It's straight piece, enough that it tucks underneath the chest piece, and hot glued it to the back. Here I made a quickly mocked up template. I did not keep this piece of paper, but in reality I wasn't too happy with the design. You could just base this off of your own choice on how you want to do the ab templates, but here's a quick rundown of how I did it. I made that middle section, and then I drew some lines on the inside so I could score it and use a heat gun to open it up. And I did the same part of scoring and heating it up for these side panels that you currently see. And then here it is on screen. I left it loose, but you could attach some Velcro. I know this template part for the abs is not the greatest, but however, that's how it is. So anyways, we gotta clean up all the seams we've done for all our armor pieces. I'm using a grinding stone on a Dremel, going very slow, doing light passes because it's much easier to continue to take more off than taking off too much, which you can't exactly add back on. Now I'm trying out a different product called Kwik Seal. I had a couple cans of these from when I won a cosplay competition. I tried it out on a couple of test samples of foam and it worked out well. It's like a similar product related to Plasti Dip, however its main purpose is usually to fill in crevices and any small divots or whatever, so it works great if you have any small like holes and such in the foam. However, there's still, after a couple 2 to 3 coats, there's still some areas I wasn't exactly happy with the seams that were left, so I went over them in white Kwik Seal, and you can see that on the armors where they're either black or have like a clear finish, and you can tell by the white that they appear a little bit off. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, I did not record the building of the backpack and did not paint it. That was initially planned. However, due to the scheduling having to be moved forward, I did not record it, and I left the armor assembly and connection buckles and everything to be done for the buyer. However, if you need better understanding of how to do that yourself, I'll link you back to the first showcase video I did of the cosplay armor for the Republic Commando. That way I go over briefly everything. When there is warmer weather in Canada, it's still like -20, it's starting to get warmer. I'll be doing the helmet and blaster, going over those. I have a 3D file printed. I have a 3D blaster printed that I'm just waiting for good weather to work on it. And for the helmet, it's going to be a Peppercure fiberglass build, and that requires using some materials which are sensitive to temperature. So anyways, once again, thank you guys for stopping by, watching this series. If I do in the future decide to make the backpack out of foam again, I will record it, and same with the hand plates and the elbow plates. But once again, template links are in the description, materials used as well. And guys, don't forget to
Click the like button down below.
have a good day. Bye.